For anyone who's been following the Ukraine-Russian war, and, has children who might have classmates who were refugees from the Ukraine, or maybe kids who are a little bit older who have been reading about it, or vaguely know about it, or just anyone who wants to talk to their children about, you know, war and refugees from war. This is an incredible wordless picture book. It's a story from Ukraine, but it also, you know, is a universal story, not just about Ukraine or not just about the Ukraine-Russia war. And ultimately, it's a story about hope and peace. And it starts off with a little girl in a war-torn land. And of course, many of us know that Ukraine colors of their flag are very similar to UCLA. So it's like yellow and blue. And the butterfly is also a symbol for Ukraine, I believe. And a portion of from this book will be donated to the Universal Reading Foundation, who donates books to Ukraine, because there's just no matter what position you take on the war, there's just a lot of destruction of homes and buildings and infrastructure, including libraries and schools. And so a lot of these children are displaced and have come. Like, there's literally kids in where I live in Newton, Massachusetts, who are refugees from the war, like even in my boxing gym. And so our community, we're all, like you see on Nextdoor, we're all trying to rally to, people are asking like, oh, do you have extra pots and pans? We have a family from Ukraine. We're trying to help out. And so this little girl is in the midst of war. And it's dark, but then she sees a yellow butterfly, and that is a symbol of hope. And as she follows the butterfly, because she's like living life as best she can in the middle of a war, she has the normal response, like she's scared and she's angry, and this is not the life that it was, before war, and there's destruction, but because of this hope, she's seeing that, there can be a better tomorrow, and that she can be a part of this, and that, change is possible. And it ends, where, things are better. And I don't know if you guys love wordless picture books as much as I do, but it's great because it's like each reader can read the story in their own way. And so in the back matter, there's some guidance about how to use a wordless picture book, especially one that is such a powerful story. And then there's also a note about how to guide the conversation, and how to use this book about talking about difficult topics, and about fostering resilience and checking in to see how kids are feeling. And so I think picture books are for everyone, like for all ages, but this picture book in particular, I think is a powerful message that, kids of any age, can use this book. I mean, I can see it especially like even in high school, if we, because a lot of these kids who are coming from the Ukraine suddenly in our community, English might not be their first language. And so I think a book like this, as part of English as a second language, would make them feel seen and heard and understood, because they've just been through terrible trauma. So I actually have 3 copies of this book because I bought 2 copies and I received a copy. So I think I'm going to donate my copy to my high school for English as a second language, because I know there are Ukrainian students in my community who may or may not be at my high school, but I feel like it'd just be a good place um, to land, to help with conversations, help to build friendships, help for other high school students to understand if they don't know too much about the Ukraine-Russia war. Um, yeah, so I have 3 copies. So one of them I'm going to use for a multicultural picture book club in August. So I'll donate that. One I'll keep for myself, and then one I will donate to my high school. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you um, will request this book at your library and get a chance to read it.